G'day and welcome back to another slot car video, and today I've gone Scalextric with a set that I don't think I've actually shown this range before. It is the Micro Scalextric range, so stick around if you are a Star Wars fan. This is right up your alley. So let's get stuck into it, full unboxing. We'll set the track up and let's check out these little slot ships. They're really cool. So welcome back to another slot car video, and this is a Scalextric micro set, and the first Scalextric micro set that I've reviewed on our channel. And I'm kind of glad I've held out for this long because I couldn't find anything really interesting, and I came across an absolute wicked set being the Star Wars, and it is the Death Star attack set, which I still can't believe I found it in such good condition, and there's some really good play functions with this which blew my mind. So stick around for the full unboxing and the setup because you will see the box becomes part of the track, which it will make sense when we look at the box art. And talking box art, myself and my good mate Dave Kennedy, we crack on about it all the time about how much we love box art packaging because it is part of the purchase, and this Death Star attack set is no joke. Check it out. We've got on the front, we've got Darth Maul, top right hand corner, the wicked Star Wars logo. It is the 1/64 scale slot system. Now I haven't measured it up against an AFX car itself yet, but it does appear to be a little bit bigger. I wouldn't say it's true 1/64. Then we've got the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing battling out in front of the Death Star. A really cool looking box art. Moving down to the bottom left hand corner, we've got the glow-in-the-dark playset. Now take note, there's two awesome functions here. Glow in the dark, so you'll see some of the Rebel Assault stuff that will glow, and also the box itself, as you can see on the picture, becomes like a tunnel. Now, for this setup, I'm not going to use the box because the punch outs haven't been punched out, and I want to keep this as pristine as I can. But what a really cool function. You use the box itself as a playset. Now you'll see you've got Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader left and right. I don't have those cutouts. I'm not sure if they're meant to be in there. I don't have any instructions, but if they are meant to be in there, not in my set, unfortunately. This is a used set, it's not brand new. And we've got Working Alliance and Battle for Real, and you'll see why it is Battle for Real, because these models, we'll call them, that clip on top of the slot chassis itself are quite big, and they do hit each other, which is really, really cool. So let's get stuck into it. We'll have a quick look at the punch out section on the back of the box, and then we'll do a full content review of what's inside it, set it up, and let's see if we can get some battling happening. So this is the back of the box. You can see the two crease lines running down past the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter. This is where you would normally punch that section out, and that would act as the tunnel for the two ships flying through. So let's take a look inside the Star Wars Death Star attack set. And it is all complete bar what I believe is the two templates being Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. But we've got the white controller, the black controller. We've got the ships themselves and all the parts and pieces. But let's pull it out and have a look at all the pieces individually. So let's kick it off with the two controllers, the dark side and the light side, which I think is pretty cool. And these are speed adjustable controllers. So which side will you choose? We have got 3 bridge supports to support the track going through the box itself. We've got the Micro Scalextric power base where you plug the controllers and the power in. This is your starting section, and those white logos are glow in the dark. So 4 standard straights and the 2 on the right with the glow in the dark paint. Yes, this does glow in the dark, which I have tested it. Hopefully I can film some of this with the lights off, but I think that's a pretty cool touch. 5 standard radius corners, 2 which glow in the dark, a really cool feature of this track. 2 half radius corners, both glow in the dark. And probably the most important part of the track is the power supply. But now let's check out the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing. So before we take a close look at the X-Wing and TIE Fighter model, I want to show off the chassis and the model clip. Now I've taken one off, nicely stamped with the Star Wars underneath. This clip's on top, as you can see with this one here, Star Wars underneath with the 1/64 chassis sitting there. But what's really interesting, these are badged 1/64, which is quite unique for Scalextric. On top we do have a glow which lights up and it shines through the model itself. But look what we got. We've got some braid, which is quite unique to see on this size. And I do like braid because you can sort of play with it a bit and get it working how you like. Cool looking chassis, but now let's take a close look at a complete car. So we're going to have the model on top and then get some track action. So let's take a close look at the models that are provided. We've got the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter. Let's start with the X-Wing first. I think they've done a really good job. The details well finished. It is
pretty flexible when it comes to plastics. I think it's quite durable, but look at all the detail. And if you are a Star Wars fan, you kind of hit the head on the nail here. You've got a slot car set and a model set all in one, but really cool. And underneath we do have a bit of plastic see-through. And the purpose for that is you will slip that onto the base and that globe will shine through. They are quite large, and I'll show you a demonstration to tick how wide they are. But let's bring in the TIE Fighter. Again, really well finished. Of course, the bad guys, we're looking at red, and there's that red little bit of plastic that also plugs in on the base itself. But a really cool looking model, and they are quite flexible. So yes, they're going to hit each other, but I don't think you're going to see much damage. But take a look at the detail on these. Really cool. Now, when I talk about passing and how wide these are, take a look at this. So if you are chasing each other, they physically can't pass without hitting because they are too wide. And I'll try and pop this up so you can see the bases touching. These are bigger than 164 when it comes to the car or the ship itself. So when they say battle, they definitely mean it. You can literally hit each other. So if you are winning, you don't want to get caught by the people behind. So let's put the track together and let's get these two puppies racing around my track. So the track is set up. We've used the configuration from the box, and I have a special test driver. That's Slot Car Kid. Give me the thumbs up. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Look at that, he's flying!
So you've chosen the X-Wing and I've chosen the TIE Fighter. Are you ready to race?
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Dad, how could there be a light inside mine?
You're a good guy. You're very fast. Watch the corners.
I am. What's that?
Ah!
Dad, does that
Here is the glow-in-the-dark track. Unfortunately, it doesn't last long enough for me to film some racing, but you can see with enough light, it glows. Pretty cool.
So that's a wrap on my review of the Micro Scalextric Star Wars Death Star Attack set. I love the theme. I'm a Star Wars fan. I do have another Micro Scalextric theme set coming up, so stay tuned for that. I had a blast with my son, that Slot Car Kid. I think we did more playing than we did filming, which I guess that's what this hobby's all about. And unfortunately with the glow in the dark, it was really hard to pick up on camera, but as you can see by this photo, it does get very bright, but on camera it was quite tricky to pick up all that glow in the dark goodness. And the lights, I did use the X-Wing to show off the lights because that was the brighter out of the two. The red again was really hard to pick up in the dark, but really cool functions. The playability is great for a set that was around about 2012, so it's not a new set, but I do like the theme. But as always, at That Slot Car Guy on Instagram and YouTube. If you do like these videos, please a thumbs up, a comment and a subscribe. Some more slot car content coming, but be safe, take care, support your local. Ciao.